Hello, everybody.
Hello, guys. Welcome aboard.
Are we live already?
So nice to see you here. Thanks so much for taking this time to watch this live chat with this amazing couple.
Hello. Yes, it's working.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, and well, where's Odd Life? Odd Life is having some trouble connecting, but they will be here very, very soon. They're just doing some stuff, resetting their internet connection, things that happens when you're live. But thanks a lot for everybody who's joining.
Yes. Hello, Unforgettable crew. Hello, Odd Life crafters. We are very happy to see you here. I'm happy to see people from so many different places. This is really nice to be able to exchange knowledge and information, and yeah, with so many people from such different places. Yes.
Yeah, it's for us it's a great opportunity to engage with our community and with another community as well. So yeah, we're stoked to have you here. Let's just wait for our guests. They will be here in no time.
Yes.
And in the meanwhile, just to update you, we recently uploaded a video last week, but we're testing this live thing. We're not very experienced on this, and accidentally we deleted this video. That's why some of you, yes, some of you noted that the same video has been uploaded again. But we contact YouTube, say, can you try to restore the video or something like that? And they said no. Well, the only thing you can do is upload the video again. So we did. So now we see it's odd upload on Tuesday. We usually upload on Monday and Thursdays.
Yeah, so today there's a new video.
The new old video.
Yes, exactly, the new old video.
But if you already watch it, please just leave your thumbs up there. It helps a lot.
Yes. And well, for everybody that knows us and for people that don't know us, we are in French Polynesia right now. We're still in the island of Huahine. We spent the whole confinement here, and we are here for a little longer. This is a beautiful place, very nice. Our videos are showing a little bit of this place to you guys. It's a very small island and 6,000 people, I think.
Yeah, and now it's life is getting back to normal. All the restriction had been lifted, and the last one was the restriction to sail, but has been lifted as well. So that was last Friday. So soon we can move, and here they are.
Yes. So yeah, pretty much we'll be sailing pretty soon. We'll be sailing again, and we are already seeing new sailboats around.
Yeah.
That's really nice. Yes. Some people are asking if about subtitles. We are so sorry, guys, but in live we cannot subtitle it. It's just impossible for us to subtitle at the same time we talk. So I'm so sorry. Okay, I think they are here. Hey guys, we are live. I just cannot listen to you. Okay, we can listen a few sounds, but I think it's
we're gonna move the computer.
Now Duca has robot voice. So some familiar faces here on the chat. Thanks so much, guys.
Yes.
Some old friends, some new friends. And tá naquela tela compartilhada.
I'll try. I don't know if their Wi-Fi connection, I think they just, yeah, I think it's not working very well. Yes. Sorry, guys, we were having technical issues here. I think Duca's and Roberta internet's not working very well. They will try it again.
That's what happened when you try to talk half a planet apart to each other. But we did a test 2 days ago and it went really smooth, of course, just like perfect. And I felt like I was in the same room as them. We actually stayed talking for over an hour. Yeah. But now on live,
this happens.
So just to give idea what we're hoping for this live once we get connection. So first we'll let Roberta and Duca introduce themselves, tell a little bit about their story. And then we prepare some questions to them. And we're gonna make this like a normal conversation. And in the last 20 minutes, we open for questions from the viewers. So just like save your questions to the end for the last 20 minutes. We'll try to make it 1 hour live, and we will adjust once they get in. We program it for 1 hour.
Yeah, we said, sorry.
No, so just please hold a bit more. Please don't go away. We're stoked to have you here.
We selected some questions that we think they are like the most of people might want to know, and we also want to. And then if you have more questions, I'm sure them and we will be happy to answer. Yes.
And
sorry. Just for you that don't know, the guys from Wildlife Crafting, I'll just introduce them. They are renewing an old sailboat. It was an abandoned sailboat, and it's really incredible. I really like the way they put so much effort and love in their work. So it's really getting really nice, the boat. We are so curious to see it ready, just like most of you guys, I think. And they've been renewing this boat for nearly a year now. And how did we met them? How do you like?
Yeah, well, we're living in the same town. We're living in Florianópolis, South Brazil. But at that moment, our paths just like never crossed, or just slightly crossed. Duca says he remembered when our boat was in the dock and we were putting a new engine on. He remembered passing by and said hi. But after that, they were doing their tiny home videos. We started with our videos, and they started watching Unforgettable Sailing. And then a friendship started, a virtual friendship started. And the last time we've been in Brazil, that was 2 years ago. We gathered our friends in a pub, and they came, and we could meet, and that was really nice. The friendship got stronger, and since then we've been talking a lot, and it's so good to.
Yes, I remember after our first time. Let's see. Sorry.
Oh, it's working?
Yes.
Yeah, the problem is that the internet just is terrible here, and the 3G for the phone, the only place it works is on the balcony. So we need to come to the balcony because it doesn't work here.
It's a nice balcony.
Yeah, now it's better. Now we can drink coffee and we can talk.
Oh, that's great to have you here, guys. We're really happy. We are just introducing you to people that don't know yet your channel. I think lots of people know it, but anyway, we were telling how much we you put so much love and effort in your work, and we really enjoy watching it and seeing the boat transform, getting a huge transformation.
Yep.
And how as we met each other also. So yeah, I already talk a lot about you guys. And for the ones that also don't know, before the boat, they were building a container ship house, but well, I'll let you introduce yourselves. So welcome, guys.
And thanks so much for joining us. Thank you very much.
Yes.
You know,
so much for inviting us.
Guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna let she introduce us today because they always say that I talk too much. So yeah, it's your turn. She's shy.
I'm not good at it. We are Duca and Roberta, depends where we are. And we were building a shipping container house before. So we are building things for over 3 years now.
Yeah.
And are you listening? It's okay? It's all good?
Yeah.
Sound? Okay.
Yes.
So we are refitting a boat for 1 year now. When we bought the boat, it was completely like they say that that's not abandoned, it's neglected.
Yeah, they say abandoned if there is no owner, and as the boat had an owner, that means that it's not abandoned, it's neglected. But for me, it's abandoned because it was like totally abandoned.
So we are refitting a steel boat, and we are doing a lot more than we planned.
Yeah.
But we are really happy with all the things we have done.
So why did we
now.
choose to build a shipping container house?
Duca wanted to build a boat since scratch.
Yeah, I wanted to build a boat from scratch. That was the original plan. So I was like, if I never welded before, I need to buy a shipping container to learn from the shipping container, because a shipping container won't sink and a boat can sink. So it's better to learn with something that stays on the land. But then we found this boat that was halfway done, and we were like, she was the smart one that said that we would go to the water much quicker if we buy this boat instead of building a brand new one. And I think that was the right decision.
Since the beginning, we wanted a steel boat, a metal boat, could be steel or aluminum. So that's the reason why it was hard to find the one that we like it.
Yeah, in Brazil, there is not many options if you want to buy a metal boat. There are not that many available boats to buy. And we end up finding one that we really like it. I mean, like, it seems like for this past 1 year, every day we go to the boatyard, we like more the boat than we used to. Like, we get to know the boat better and get to learn more about the boat. And if we feel more confident that we did we had the right choice of buying this boat specifically. So I don't know. We'll see when it goes to the water and see it floats.
Nice. That's yes.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much answer our first question we had for you. And yeah, that's a very reasonable idea for you. And actually, I'm glad for you that you didn't start building the boat. Of course, it's probably amazing build a boat, but I must agree that it would take ages for you to sail. And now you're on the verge to sail, and you'll probably talk about it.
Yeah, the problem is that it might take like 10 years, and after 10 years, you might don't even want to go sailing anymore. Broken, you know what I mean? Like, it's just maybe after 10 years of working, hard working, be like, no, I'm just tired, I just don't want to go. And for us now, it's the perfect timing to go to the water. I mean, like, we didn't want to buy a brand new boat. That was not the plan at all. Like, we wanted to get to know the boat, because when you just buy a boat, it takes a long time until you get to know your own boat. And right now, we open anything you can imagine on the boat, any screw, we took it off, like anything. If we see something that we didn't touch, let's check what's behind that.
So now you have some, you get lots of experience. So what can you say? It's what is harder? Is it harder to build a home or renew a boat?
A boat is much harder. What do you think?
Yeah, because a boat can sink. So.
No, the thing is that a boat needs perfection.
Yeah.
A house don't need perfection. It's kind of okay. And the other thing is, I think it's easier to build something from scratch, because you develop the solution, you imagine all the situations, and you build something brand new. It's easier than getting something that needs to be that way because it was already that way. So you need to keep that way. So it's tricky. Like, of course, like some design decisions, sometimes we think different from who built the boat. So we would do it different.
And some materials they didn't have 20 years ago, and now we have.
And sometimes like the plate where the flange is, it's hard to screw. And if we would build from scratch, we wouldn't do that way. But see, it is that way. We need to keep that way. So sometimes refitting is harder than building, I think, even though it's quicker, it's not easier necessarily.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, like, and sometimes like it's always, you always have the question like, is this good enough to stay as it is, or do we need to rebuild that? It's always tough to decide until where do we go, until which point do we need to stop, and that's enough.
Yeah.
Because if we keep going, we might build the whole boat again. It's just like close to that.
Yeah.
Almost
It's a
there.
compromise between how much you want to do it for something.
Yeah, I mean, like we are trying to do as much as we can right now, so then we can enjoy for a long time. Of course, we will always have maintenance. There will always be maintenance. But if we do the most critical things now, we don't have big projects really soon. Yeah, it's gonna take a little while.
I found like when we were renewing our first boat long time ago, the small wooden boat, we didn't have a toilet at the boat, and we decided to make one because we could not live in a boat like for a year and a half without a head. But the boat had so many limitations, like you cannot just like open and make it bigger or whatever. You just have to do with the room you have. Like you cannot touch much the structure of the boat. Like, so it was really, really hard, like to find the room to build a head. And it was, in the end, it was really tiny.
Yeah, but all these
you guys didn't know us back then, but I always remember the day your new engine arrived. I saw the engine arriving in the South Pier. I remember perfectly that day.
Yeah, that was a big day for us. Big day. That was when everything started.
If someone doesn't know that, they refit their first boat on the same yacht club as we had our first boat. So that's why I remember them doing that, even though we didn't know each other yet. I remember that.
Yeah. Yes, that was a huge work also, but we didn't do as much as you guys are doing. Like,
yeah,
but the boat was smaller.
Yeah, the boat. Yeah.
But first I want to tell you that your videos, the way you've been doing, it's so good, but you kind of ruined my life, because the way you show your projects, it's so detailed, and it's the outcome is just so good that I feel embarrassed to show a project now. Because
no, not really. We always
perfect, and they record every single step, and I failed to do that. So now I feel like in fault with the audience.
It's tough. Like we always think we should shoot more. Actually, like we always miss some images. Like we have a problem that 100% of the times we forget to shoot how it was before we do something. So in the end, we just assemble everything like, I didn't shoot before, so now I don't have an image to show how bad it was. I just have the new one, but I wanted to show how we always forget. And it seems like we get tired on the boatyard, and it seems like we shoot less and less, because it's hard to have two kids at the same time. We have the channel is one kid, we have the boats another kid.
Yeah.
So we need to kind of take care of both at the same time. If you work too much on the boat, the channel just goes down. And if we work too much on the channel, like this week.
This week, we are working a lot on the boatyard, and we don't have a video for next Monday.
We don't even know what's going to be the video for next Monday yet.
Oh God. but you know, guys, some people we've met, they say they watch your videos and they love your before and after. So I think you're doing a good job.
More than once. Yeah.
We're trying. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, like since we started shooting videos 3 years ago, we are always late, always in a hurry. Seems like we are always late for next Monday. That's all we feel. We are always late for next Monday. It's tough because sometimes we should put more time on the project.
This happens with other channels.
And
I think
and that leads me to another question we would like to know is like, where do you guys get the skills? Like, where do you, because when in your videos, it seems you study a lot before doing a project. I don't know if you talk to other people, like where do you get the information and everything, to do like the things you do?
The hatches, you renew the hatches and you reseal.
We had a friend.
The hatches, we met a guy. Have you heard about Rafa he has a company called Renew Boats?
Yeah,
in Angra. Yeah, so we met him halfway through the heads. So I call him all the time. Halfway, if I do that, how long do I paint this? After this, how long do I wait? And so he's like distance, and he was here for like 2 months. I
And
think.
he even bought the material to us, so it was really good. But the other things we studied on YouTube, we read the manuals and we learn with the mistakes.
But be honest, but be honest,
like 3 times and then we learn.
Be honest with them. We are always late on studying, to be honest. We started doing them like, ooh, we need to go back and study because we are never done with the study before we start something. But I mean, like, I don't know if you try to watch one day our first video of the shipping container house. Between my friends, I was a joke. They're like, you don't even know how to handle a saw. Like, you never use, they're like laughing at me like for like 2 months.
And now they ask for,
now they respect.
Yeah, they ask for some tips.
Yeah, I mean, like the house was like, because I don't know how much it is clear, but the house was our laboratory. We wanted the house to be an experiment where we could try anything we want to try, and we could learn from the experience of trying something new. And here on the boatyard, we hire some help sometimes, like the painting job for the boat's huge, so we hire someone to do the painting job. The mast is something that's too dangerous for someone without experience to install a brand new mast, so we hire someone with experience with the mast. On the house, we didn't hire anyone. We didn't pay $1 for anyone. We did 100% ourselves, and that was the school. The house was like, we would start Monday by posting the Monday video and going to the store to buy supplies to start the next Monday's video. And we had 1 week to do the whole thing. So
sometimes we would learn with their sales guy.
Yeah, I mean, like the place where I learned most from the house was just go to the store and spend like 2 hours talking to the salesman, because the guy that sells supplies, he understands about his supplies.
Usually.
So she complained that when I go to the paint store takes me 3 hours. I go in and I never come out because I'm learning with the guy how to use that paint.
So I started going with him.
Yeah, to learn
store.
Also, yeah.
To learn.
Yeah, so the shipping container house, I think, was the big school, but feels like we don't know anything yet. We have a lot to learn. Yeah. But we did learn a lot. I mean, like, we try on the house to use as much techniques from boats as possible. Like we build a bathtub. We use the same construction as a wooden boat. Exactly the same thing. Plywood with plywood, fiberglass, and resin. So it's like things that we can learn from that and bring to the boat. For example, I don't know if we are going to do it here or when we go back to Florianopolis, we want to do a hard dodger out of plyglass. So we want to build a hard dodger with plywood. So that's something that we learned from the house that we can use on the boat. So that's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
I imagine there are many skills that you learn from the house that you are applying at the boat, and this is really good, really important. Yeah. And also, it's so nice. People are the best way to learn. Like, everybody knows something. And yeah, like as you said, when you go to the shop or when you talk to somebody that works doing that, it's a great way to learn because they just have everything here, and it's amazing they can share with us. Like,
and sometimes we learn with comments on the comment section
on YouTube also. Yeah, a lot of tips.
We have a question about that also.
Talk about this.
But okay, let's hold on that. So what was the biggest challenge in the boat renewing part? And there was any moment that you just thought, just like, oh my God, what I'm doing, you're never gonna make it. What I shouldn't have done it. Or
I mean,
the worst.
The big question mark. How it's not like if we can do it. We have a problem, not a problem. We have a good thing that we never think we cannot do it. We're going to find a way. No matter what, we're going to find a way. But sometimes we have a question marks for we have doubts for 6 months. Like the diesel tank was a huge problem that we had no idea what to do. Took 5 months to decide what to do because we have a boat that's a metal boat, and the diesel tank is the bottom of the hull of the boat.
It's this.
That means that if you make a hole on the diesel tank, you make a hole on the hull. So that was a huge problem because we wanted to sandblast the whole tank, the diesel tank and the water tank, but we couldn't find a way of bringing a sandblasting machine to the marina. And then we found a guy with a wet sandblasting machine that it took him 2 months to give us the machine, and then the day we brought the machine didn't work. So, but I mean, somehow we managed to hire a guy that helped us to sand by hand and do it by hand.
It was a tough job.
It wasn't the perfect job as we wish, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, and sometimes perfect, there is no possibility of being 100% perfect. So sometimes you need to accept 90%.
Yes.
I mean, like,
It's still not us.
it's still not. It's the diesel tank is being paid. We paid, I think, was like
January.
in January. So it's like 4 months painted already, empty and no rust back at all, 100% rust free. So
That's
we're doing
great.
good.
So do you
Yeah,
think
but that was like,
do you think this was the hardest task so far in the boat?
Yeah.
uh,
Because Duca did the first square and he spent the whole day. And when
One-
we arrived at home, we said this was the worst
Yeah,
job so far.
but I think always when we do it, we think it's the worst.
No, but that was the worst.
I mean, like, another tricky one was the hatches, because we rebuilt 100% of our hatches, like sandblast them
20.
and paint like 20. It's just like that was a lot of work, and we are lucky that we found this friend that works with that. Otherwise, we wouldn't know how to do it, because it was tricky. So many different steps and so many different materials. Like you have the primer for this, the primer for that, and then the Sikaflex, and then the other one that they're like all different kinds.
And we still have some problems to fix.
Yeah.
There is one that we use silicone,
tell that.
industrial silicone.
Structural silicone.
And actually, we ordered the acrylic with another guy, and the acrylic's too big for the hatch. And now we have some silicone going off because there was no
The problem is
adherence.
the gap was too small in between the hatch and the acrylic, so the expansion during the summer was too big that took the silicone off. So we have 2 hatches to fix actually that
And
we
this
just
is-
covered for now.
Welcome to boat life.
You don't see it. You don't have it.
The biggest.
Haven't flashed the boat and
Yeah.
already.
Don't get, you know, like, yeah, you cover and then you think about it. You know, like for now we have something. We had something bigger to think about. There was the mast. The mast was like the big transfer. There was like 2 big transformations: the painting job and the mast. That was like, you know, like where you see a huge transformation. And we've been dreaming with the mast for months
I
and
think the
months.
internet's back.
It is, yeah,
of
but
the
now we
house.
can. Now it's stable here. Let's stay here.
It's good, yeah.
Yeah,
By
so
the
the
way,
mast was like a huge.
congratulations for the mask.
Oh, that
Thank you.
We still don't believe it. When you look at it,
I
it's like,
still
wow,
need
it's
to
so
go up.
beautiful.
I still need to go up.
Yeah,
Maybe this week.
yeah. The steps that we install some steps that are so good to go up, so easy to go up.
we
You
watch
can
it.
try one day.
Yes, thank you. We also have steps on the mast, and yeah, we think they are really helpful to go up.
It's makes it easier. And just one thing, from people, we can read what you're the comments. Yes, we are reading, but for questions, we are saving the last 20 minutes of the live for questions from the audience. So if you guys have questions, just hold it and save it, and we will open for questions later on.
Yeah, we cannot
That's a
hear.
good
We
idea.
cannot see the questions because we are trying to say we are on 3G, so it's really bad. We don't want to open 2 live
Yeah.
chats at the time, otherwise we might lose connection.
That's a good idea to have a
That's lots of people all over the world.
Yes.
And it's
How many
great.
people live now?
I cannot see right now. Let me see. Because we are also in the screen of
200.
the live chat, but I think it's
210.
210.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, it's tricky. It's a tricky thing to do a live because now it's easier because we talk to you guys, so it's easier to see someone and talk. But when we did a live on our channel, it was like 1,000 people. You're looking to a black, just like a green dot on the camera. That's just like tough to do it without
Yeah.
someone on the other side.
And I
Yeah,
was trying to keep on the questions. It was really hard.
Yeah, it
actually.
was stressful.
I like the idea of 20 minutes to ask questions in the.
Yeah.
yeah. Otherwise, just get lost in all the chat.
And well, so as you're talking about viewers, one thing that it's really nice to see on your channel is you have a huge support from the community. Every project you start, it's just like thousands of comments and some experts in the matter saying, oh, you should do this, should do that, and also sending you positive vibes and love. How good is to have this energy, and how you benefit from this audience experience?
In the beginning was Duca that used to answer all the comments when we were building the house. Duca used to answer the comments because usually they were more like technical. But now when they are too technical, go to Duca to ask, but usually they are like positive comments,
It's pretty good.
and it's pretty good because I love to read all the comments.
Yeah, it's funny that some people that did comment for like a year, 2 years, that feels
It's
like
the
we know
house.
them. Like I
And
remember,
I feel that I know them.
I remember. I don't know if he might be watching that, but there is
Paolo?
no, not Paolo is one of them, but Pop Up Steven.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah.
when we went to the boat show in Miami in February, yeah, we went to the boat show, and when I met him, I was like, "Whoa, that's you!" Because I know him from messages for like so long, and when you see the guys, so that's you. Now when I see a comment, I see his face,
Yeah.
I see his smile. I kind of we feel like we know them, and that
That's
was
great.
yeah. I think it's hard to realize this connection when you are only on the screen, when you only see comments. You have it, but when you have the chance to meet some at least of these people in person,
They
it's
had this
amazing.
feeling.
Yeah, you guys have all the time because you are in Brazil, so you come to Brazil every year. Everyone knows you guys. We, as our channel is in English, a lot of people in Brazil don't know us. So when we go to a boatyard or to a marina, sometimes we meet someone, but it's not that often. But when we went to the boat show in Miami, that was like amazing. Like we had no idea. People, random people out of nowhere would say like, "Hey, Duke," I was like, "Whoa."
I'm
That's so.
that person that always comment. Oh, you are that person.
Yeah, so
It's
that was
great.
like we had a brunch with like 35 people, I think, that followed the channel. That was like so cool. Like it's literally, I talked for like 3 hours and a half straight. I couldn't even eat. That was like so amazing, so cool. Yeah, I mean, like it's hard not to like when you have people all over the world that actually like your dream as much as you, to a point that they watch you every week and they even support you and help you to be able to do it, because our project, it's 100% financed by supporters and partners, like companies that are partners. We wouldn't be able to do what we are doing to the boat without the YouTube channel. That's how we managed to do it. That's how we replaced the mess to a new mess. That's how we did 100%. And it's impossible not to be grateful. You know, like how can someone that never seen you, that lives in the other continent, like so much your idea, that's willing to help you realize? That's just
Yeah, it's
no
mind
words.
blowing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just, I mean, like not even, you know, friends and family would believe on that in the beginning. Like people would be like, "No, you're crazy." Because when we started the house, we're like, "Yeah, we want to build a boat next." Yeah, sure, you want to build a boat, yeah. I mean, like if you dream too much and you work really hard for that, anyone can do anything. That's what we believe.
Oh, that's amazing, guys. Congratulations. It's I think it's really, really nice to have this community and people that supports and that follow you. And it's just like they think we inspire them, but actually they inspire us. It's it's nice because it's both way, you know, like so this is what is really nice, because so many times I just like, I don't know if I like our videos or if should keep going, and then you read so many nice messages and you say, wow, now I'm inspired, I'll start editing now. Like it's just it's really amazing.
It feels like doing better. Yeah, it feels like you need to do better.
Yes, exactly.
There is one tricky thing, because as we are building things and fixing things, we have a lot of tips from the audience. And the bad thing about that is that 97% of our audience is not living in our country. That means a lot of the solutions they suggest, we cannot do it because we don't have the right material, we don't have the right supplier. This is a tough thing. Like if we were in a different country with more resource, it would be so much easier. Like they say, you should use this paint. We don't have that paint. You should use, we don't have. It's not, also buy on Amazon. We cannot buy, like the taxes when arrives here, it's just impossible. We cannot use what they say. It's just hard sometimes. Like you'll be like, oh, I wish I could use that. I wish. It's just, you cannot. You just need to do what you can with what you have.
Like yesterday, we were searching about lightning on the boat, like how to prevent lightning on the boat. And there's no option in Brazil.
Yeah, where do you buy a lightning preventer in Brazil? You won't find it. Do you guys know? If you don't,
yeah, but you're talking about that yesterday. You had a huge thunderstorm here, man. And we are all about water harvesting now. We catch all the rain we get, And
Yes.
it became a passion for me, you know, just
An
like how I need,
obsession.
I need to-
Rainy, yes.
but
Shower.
it's when it's like, just like thunderstorms one after another, and it's just like just in your shorts, wet, running across the boat.
And there's not much actually you can do. So we just turn off everything, all the electronics, the batteries, like everything.
And hope
Stay
for the
away
best.
from the mast and just like hope for the best. Like,
Because this is a very sensitive topic, because there's two different lines of thinking regarding lightning. So some people say that you should put something there to attract rays, and some others say that no way you do it. So
let's not get into it.
yeah, no, we're not getting started. In our WhatsApp group, we have a WhatsApp group from patrons and supporters, and we kind of forbid this topic because it's getting too hot discussion. So just like, no, we can discuss no politics, no religion, and no lightning.
yeah, that's tough. Yeah,
Duca was studying yesterday about something that spreads the light.
yeah. There is one that's like, instead of attracting, it's like a repels. I don't know how to say it in English.
Instead
but
of attracting,
it's opposite of attracting. I don't know if it works, but in Brazil you won't find it. Outside you can find it. Here you will find it.
But
Yeah, the other like
as a steel boat, it works as a Faraday's cage, and just
like the container house.
Yeah. It does, but it's still, it's gonna be like scary if it happens. I mean, like, even though you're not gonna get shocked, it's gonna be really scary if it happens. But I mean, like,
That case, I just put all my electronics inside the oven and
we do it.
yeah.
Okay, let's
That's
carry
great.
on. We have more fun things here. I think you probably heard this a lot, but I
Yes.
haven't heard it lately. So do you have a sailing plan once the boat is ready? Do you have a cruising plan, or you just like go wherever? What do you guys think?
I'll just sit and rest for a month. Like, I don't want to do nothing at this boat.
A little bit more, a little bit longer, a little bit longer.
We had some in the beginning. We thought about going to Florianopolis to stay a little bit with our parents, and then to start going up the Brazilian coast, and then to the Caribbean, and then we don't know. But now with the COVID-19 around,
The
we
plane
don't
is
know
not having
how
planes.
it's gonna be. Yeah.
I
We
mean,
don't
like,
have
from
plans
here we
anymore.
need to go. Yeah, from here we need to go to Florianopolis for at least like 1 or 2 months, because we told our family we were gonna be away for 2 months, and it's been a year already. So they deserve a visa. So from the thing is, our last boat was a 26-foot fiberglass boat, and now we have a 14 tons boat. We need to get used to the boat.
Yeah.
So we want to take baby steps. Like everything we do, it's baby steps. We are not in a hurry. We don't have nothing to come back to. So the plan is to go to the water, go to Florianopolis. Florianopolis is a good place to get to know the boat because it's really windy all the time. You guys know, you live there. So we want to stay in the area for a little while, and then we might go to Angra a little bit. And I don't.
Then we have some projects that we still want to do there, like the wood interior we want to paint, and it's better to have a house to stay there while we are painting. So his dad has a
boring boy.
So we are planning on stay on his house a little bit and do some projects that we can.
Yeah, because he has a boat garage right in front of a buoy, so we can have our working shop there. We can put like all our woodworking machines and everything, and we can go sailing a week and come back and do a little bit of work and just like do a little bit, like leave the details for this step. But eventually we'll go north and go to the Caribbean, and from there, who knows? I mean, like,
we might meet you.
Yeah, we might meet you somewhere one day, but not it's going to take a while. I mean, we wanted to visit you guys this year. We were planning to visit you guys this year, but now it's just like
they were planning on visiting us as well.
Yeah, it's tricky because no one knows what's going to happen.
They're all gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, like, we have no idea. The plan is to go to the water and get to know our boat, because we know our boat really well now on the dry. We don't know the boat really well on the water. So it's two completely different situations. Now we need to learn how to handle this big boat. Then I'm pretty sure we can do it. I mean, like, anyone can do it if you really want. So the plan is to get to know the boat better. And yep.
Your audience here is going crazy with how much you can talk. Say, oh, I think Duca never get lost for words.
No. I always say that
Sometimes-
if you want, you know, like someone have problems, like if you say like you need to speak for 30 minutes, I can speak for
Okay.
like 2 hours easily if you just let me. I keep telling stories. It's easy, quick.
And we have a problem about the when we are going to the water.
Yeah.
We don't know now because like some places in Brazil they are locked. So we have to install the electronics and we need to make sails, but they are not producing sails right now.
Yeah.
So we have this problem that we don't know when it's gonna finish.
I have a problem that I always have ideas on the shower. This week when I was taking a shower, I had an idea of a plan that would be go to the water in like 2 to 3 months, even before the sails are ready, and then during this period we build the Dodger, but no acrylics yet because it's gonna be a big acrylic. And then from here we might go to Ilha Bela to make the sails, stay there until the sails are ready, and then we go to Bracuí to our friends that work with acrylic, and then wait for them to make the acrylic, and then we go to Florianopolis. Might be a plan. We don't know yet. That's just an idea.
So
So
the-
we can.
So the two biggest things that you still need to do before, oh well, if the sails depends if you go to the water or not, but the two biggest projects you have so far are the sails
And the
Nope.
Dodger.
and the Dodger. No.
No, more things. All the hydraulic, like all the hoses for water, like the whole water system. We did something that's sometimes we feel like doing the way people say don't do it this way, but somehow we thought for us it was better. Like every single person we met say, don't take one hose without connecting another one. Just replace one after the other slowly. We took 100% of the water hose off the
Because
boat.
they
We don't
were
have
too
water hose
hard.
at all now.
They were too hard. They were impossible to take
It
off
wa-
without cutting.
Yeah, it was impossible to take one by one. We just cut the whole thing off, and now we need to find a way of redrawing because the layout for the hoses are going to change. So we need to redraw the whole layout of hoses for water, like pressure water
We could
and
have had
pumps.
them.
Yeah, we have all here already.
At least to make
And we
a
need to.
series of videos.
You what?
It will make an interesting series of videos.
Yeah. We'll do that. Yeah, so we need to replace all the valves, like 100% of the valves and the hose, all the pumps, valves, and we need to finish the electric. We are lucky that we met a couple that are refitting a boat in Supimar, that's the next marina, and they've been doing that for like 2 years on and off. So they go to work in Campinas, come back, and now that is quarantine, it's hard to get in Guarujá. So they manage to get in, but if they leave, they cannot come back. So they're living with us for like 2 or 3 weeks already, and he's an electrical engineer, so he's helping on his time. Yeah, so in his time off, he goes to our boat and works. So every Saturday and Sunday
Or rainy days.
or rainy days. So he's
Because
painting.
He's painting his boat right now.
Yeah, so anytime it's raining, he goes to our boat to do electrical job, and anytime it's weekend because he cannot work on weekends on his marina, so he works at our. So our electrical job now, it's these past 2 weeks we did a lot. Like we already have the inverter charger in place. We just need to connect the wires. We have already
Today we have the solar panels.
we installed solar panels today. All the
Today.
solar panels. That's pretty good. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so we are getting a lot of progress on. So basically, we have electrical, hydraulics, some welding, like a little bit of welding still, not of the whole of the stainless steel. So we are gonna make a new arch for the cockpit. You know, our cockpit's similar to yours. So you have the steering wheel here, and behind you have the track for the main, right?
Yeah.
So we took off the track. We are not going to have the track there on the deck. We have an arch with the sheet on the top. You know, like the Hunter 44, I think, has this solution.
Yeah.
So something similar to that. So we are building an arch that we had like halfway on the arch. So we need to build this arch, install the arch in place. We need to fix where the anchor goes. Like, you know, when you put the anchor on the rollers.
Yeah. I don't know how it's called either, but
Yeah, so basically the rollers, we bought a rock nut. We bought a rock nut anchor, but there is the arch, like a huge arch in front.
Yeah.
And on our boat, it won't fit. So we need to do an extra 2 rollers. So we need to do a whole fixing, like weld job.
Because it's a great anchor.
it's a great anchor. Yeah, we are stoked with it.
Which anchors do you guys have?
Rockna.
Rock, yeah, we have
How big?
25 kilos.
Yeah, we're the same.
The same.
Yeah,
One-
actually, our don't tell anyone. Our
Don't
is
tell
fake.
anyone.
Don't tell 200 people. No, it's like, I don't know if you know that, but a lot of people from Florianopolis, like last year or a year before, got together, got one Rockna, and they got the exactly dimensions and ordered the material, and they made like 20 Rocknas.
All
This
right.
exactly this. Yeah. So we bought one for like, we bought one for like 700 reais. So it's like
Wow.
really, really cheap. So
$100-something.
yeah, for like less than $200. So we need to buy. Yeah.
It's great technology. Okay, one last question before you open for the audience. It's a little advice for someone who wants to renew a boat and engage in such a hard.
I think is spend more time thinking about how to do and what to do first, because
Yeah, the order.
the order was
important.
of what to do.
Yeah, we did a lot of wrong orders during the refit.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know what we were going to do next. Like, for example, the mast, we didn't know we were going to buy a new mast. If we knew we were going to buy a new mast, we would do the layout of the sheets or of the halyards and everything. We would weld a lot of extra things on the deck. But as we replace the mast after we paint the deck, now we cannot do it. So
because we thought we would have 3 months and would be painting, engine, electrical,
And
that's it. But we decided to do more things. Like we did some weldings later. So now the deck was painted with all grip, with the non-skid, and now they polish the welds, and there are a lot of dust and dirt on the wall grip.
Yeah, I think that's the main tip is like the order you do everything you're gonna do. Like try to think on a order of jobs that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you don't need to fix something and then refix again, because that's just what happens. And the other tip is that this one we were doing well. The order we didn't do well. That's why we say because we didn't do good. The other one is don't think too much about the end goal. Try to think in baby steps. If you're fixing the paint job, think about the paint job. If you're fixing the hatch, think about the hatch. Don't think about the boat ready, otherwise you won't finish. If you keep, like if you think too far ahead, you won't. I mean, like if it's a small project, fine, but we've been doing that every single day for 1 year. You cannot think about the end, otherwise you get frustrated because it takes a long time. So you just baby steps. That's the trick. Baby steps. That's true.
That's the goal.
I really believe on baby steps. Yeah, baby steps are really important in life.
Yes, definitely. We can say for us, we can say for us in the sailing was like this. We just start our first, when we left Marina, when we started living aboard, then our first like cruising sail was how many miles?
Yeah, our
4
first
miles?
passage, no, 8 miles.
8 miles, like.
That was the one on board, 8 miles, and the next day 11 miles, and then the next passage.
We have done that one. Yeah. We have been to this place many times.
Yes, and I think it's a nice thing, just go slowly.
This thing about the order, it's I think it's absolutely. But when we started renewing our boat, we had no idea what we were doing, and just I started reacting, and then at some point I had like the whole boat, the deck and the mast and the engine ready, and then I think, okay, I'm gonna renew the interior. So I had to destroy the boat, and at some point I could never sail the boat. That's why we left without learning how to sail, because we couldn't sail for 2 years. The boat was always in constant maintenance and in the wrong order. So that's good.
Yeah, for example, if you're gonna do a huge refit, another tip is take the engine off. Like we regret not taking the engine off because we could not properly do what we wanted to the engine without taking it off. And now it's too late because now the engine hatch is sealed and we're not going to open again the cockpit to take off the engine. If we had thought that before, we would take the engine off the boat to properly treat the engine room and to do like a refit of the engine room. Now it's just something that we cannot do it for now. But for now we cannot do it. Maybe in like a year or so. We might take off the engine.
Future plans.
All right, crew. Let's get started with questions from the audience. So if you have any questions, drop it. This is the moment.
I saw this question twice. People were asking if you are planning to take sailing classes.
No.
This is our third boat, actually. We used to have 19 foot, then 26, and this is 44 and more heavier than the others.
A lot heavy, yeah. The only thing is we are not used to a boat that size. You guys had the same problem when you moved from the last boat to this one, probably. Like, it's a big step, but that doesn't mean that we don't know how to sail. We do. I was born in Florianopolis, an island. My dad had a sailboat when I was a kid. Was our summer house. Was a 35-foot sailboat. So we know how to sail. We don't have that huge ocean experience, but with time, as you said, we're gonna go to Tingua, from Tingua, Itajaí, from Bombinhas. It keep going, like slowly. And by the time you get to Fortaleza, we know how to sail.
Yeah, I think the thing now is just like get to know the boat, actually.
Yeah.
Practice on the boat, so you get used to.
Yeah. And go sailing with friends with a lot of experience. That's a good
That's
thing.
really good.
We have a lot of we have a lot of friends with good experience. So, and if we need more experience, we're gonna visit you guys. That's it.
Yes, please. We were hoping for that, and when we get the chance to go to Brazil, we offer ourselves also.
Yeah.
To, maybe not so experienced, but anyway, we are fun. We can have some fun. So.
Maybe with the food, experience with the food.
Yeah, we can help with that.
Here they have a saying in Tahitian, it's Hare Maru, Hare Papu, which is equivalent. It's like slowly but surely. And they use that.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, what else? What else we have here?
Someone was asking about the electric something, but I just
to scroll up. I think there's some more on the top.
Yeah. A lot of, well, I think this is more technical, and then maybe you can answer in your, you're probably going to talk about that later, but people are asking why acrylic, why not polycarbonate or carbonate, and many people have this curiosity, but I think maybe you can go more specific in your videos. Probably you're going to talk about that.
A quick one is that
with the width.
It's in Brazil we won't find polycarbonate that thick, and the hatches are really big on our boat. And the other thing is people don't know the quality of the acrylic and the polycarbonate. In Brazil, to get a really good polycarbonate, it's really expensive.
It's like 6 times.
It's like 6 times more expensive than acrylic, because even the acrylic we install is not. We wish we had a better quality acrylic.
Yeah.
The problem is, nowadays the quality of materials are not that good here. I mean, like they just come from China. It's not that bad. Like in China, they make good things also, but we get the poor quality one most of the time. Our acrylic from the big hatch is like, there's like, it's ball. We need to exchange the acrylic again from one hatch because it's not straight anymore because the quality of the acrylic wasn't that good.
Do you plan to install a wind vane?
We do have one. That we don't know if it's working. We have 2 actually. No, we have one that's ours, and the other one, ours was not working. And we have one that was from a friend that was not working. And we are planning on putting.
No, you're talking about different. It's not wind.
Not wind generator.
No, wind vane. The wind pilot.
Ah, we do have one.
That's a funny story.
But
we bought the boat because
are planning the wind generator. We are still thinking about having them.
Yeah.
Do you like them? The noise of the wind generator?
You get to use it. You get to use it, and as we don't have too many solar panels yet, it's a good. When you're in we were in the Tuamotus and or in the Caribbean, the wind blows a lot there, so it pays the price. You get to use it with the sound.
Yeah, we don't like, but
yeah.
The problem is with the videos. How do you manage to shoot videos with that? That's the problem. If it wasn't because of the videos, I would be okay. But the videos is tough to shoot videos with. Like
you got me exactly that.
That's the main problem.
Oh, can we turn this off for the videos? But it's not that easy. So it's just sometimes it goes in the sound in the end.
Some people might think that's stupid to think this way. Like, how you want to shut off because but it's important. It's our job to shoot videos, and we want to have good videos with good audio. So
exactly.
But
about the wind vane.
About the wind vane. When we bought this boat, one day we tell you the long story of how we bought the boat because it takes a long time. But for a week, we sit in Guarujá in this apartment waiting for the answer to go see the boat from the owner. And I was like, oh, I wish he had a wind vane because I thought he didn't have a wind vane. And then when we went there to see the boat with him, it was like 9 o'clock in the night. There was like dark with a cell phone, no light, just a phone with like 20% battery. And then in the end, I was like, so do you have a wind vane? And he's like, yes. Like, what? You have a wind vane? Yes, it's just not here, but I have one. And then on the way out, I asked him like, I'll buy the boat if you give the wind vane. Otherwise, I won't buy the boat. He's like, and I was driving him back to the ferry to go to Ilhabela. And then he's like, yeah, there is one problem. This wind vane, Amir Klink gave me as a gift because he's a good friend of Amir Klink. And seems like I heard that he wants back because he just bought Parati 1 again. So he sold Parati 2 and bought Parati 1. And this was the wind vane from Parati 1. That actually was the one from Rapa Nui, his first boat. You know, the blue boat. So this wind vane we have was Rapa Nui's wind vane. That's an Aris. And then I was like, and he's like, if you buy the boat before he calls me, I can give you. If he calls me first and asks for the wind vane, I need to give him back. I'm like, so I'm saying, I look back on the car I was driving, like, but if you say yes, if you trust my word, I don't have money right now, but if you trust me, I just bought your boat. He's like, for the boat. So we paid next day, but by words, we bought right there because I wanted the wind vane, because I always dream of having a wind vane.
Yeah, I think it's nice. We don't have it, but I think it's a great feature to have on the boat.
Yeah, and the good thing is that all the installation is ready. It's just like 2 screws. That's it. Everything's ready to be used. So, I mean, we need to do this. Yeah.
People are also asking, like, if you plan to live update which countries you are when you're sailing, so that your subscribers can welcome you at the dock.
Yep, 100%. One of the reasons why we have a YouTube channel is because we want to travel to different countries and get to know people in advance before we get to different countries. It's so cool
that's
too.
Why we are in English. Our channel is in English, because if it was just in Portuguese,
we would not meet people from.
We would meet people from Brazil, but once we are out, people.
Yep.
Yeah,
definitely. We love to meet people.
There are not so many Brazilian sails around the world, but each time we have more and more, and this is cool.
Yeah.
No, but definitely we want to meet new people everywhere we go. Like the highlight of our trip to the US this year was meeting new friends. That's it, 100%.
And even here in the marina.
Sorry, some people here in the comments, they said they met you in the US and it was really nice. And you can read it later, but yes.
So when we are in the marina and people arrives, we always go there.
It's funny.
Talk to
yeah, we say that we should get a job at the marina to be public relations, because not because people know us, not 100% not. Like any boat that arrives, we go there to be friends. And like after a week, no one met the couple yet. We had tea with them on their boat. We had lunch somewhere else because we took them for lunch. We always we take them to know the city, like from France, from Holland, from Germany, from Holland, from a lot of places. We keep friends with them even though they left already. One couple had a really nice boat. They were from Holland, aluminum 50-foot sailboat, and they went to Florianopolis after here. So we were like, no, if you go to Florianopolis, you stop at Santo Antonio, and then you talk to this friend, and they're like, it's crazy. I stopped in Santo Antonio when we just got the mooring boat. Someone came with a champagne already for us. So then that was
never that lucky.
Yeah, that was really cool. And then we went to.
Were we?
Yeah, in Victoria, we've met Rogério, and he invited us to his home, and we had some champagne.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was the last time we went sailing. We went to Florianopolis for Christmas, and they were in Florianopolis, so we went sailing with them. We went to Baía dos Golfinhos with them.
Really nice. That's really cool, guys.
Yeah, it's so cool to meet new friends.
Why is your boat orange? Someone is asking.
He wanted red, but I'm not a huge fan of red. I'm not. I don't know why, but I'm not a huge fan of red. And then he showed me that we have a pelican case that's orange that we use every day with the GoPro inside. And he said, "Oh, we should paint the boat orange." And I like orange because it's not red. It's like the color of the sunset and sunrise. like
Nice.
the best color of the day.
But to be honest, the reason why we want a bright boat answers the question before. You said that you asked if we want to meet people where we go. I'm pretty sure if our boat was white, let's say we go to Huahine where you are, and then after 2 months we post a video from when we were in Huahine, and someone will be like, "Whoa, you were here! I didn't know. I could went
Yeah.
with you guys." So we have a boat that people know where we are. That's another reason. Like people know that's not like.
I remember every orange boat we've met. I think there are not many, but they are. Yeah, you
Yeah.
just.
No, it's
remember
So there is
that.
no excuse. So there is no excuse to say
I
they
think
didn't
it's
know
you.
we were in their island. When we arrive at someone's island, they're gonna know we are in their island. You know.
And also for safety reasons, is also a good color. Yeah.
And to find the boat on an anchorage with full of boats at night, it's much easier.
Yeah.
There's like 100 boats.
Just don't know where is your boat.
Yeah, there's like 100 boats out. You see the bright orange, you know it's your boat.
Nice. I think it's very beautiful, guys. Very congrats.
Goodness, huh?
Yeah, I think there's a few more questions, but maybe like you can read later in the comments and we can try to answer, and you guys also. Just one last question that somebody asked: what's the model of your boat?
It's a French boat. The designers are French. It's Dnieper.
No, yeah, Dnieper is
It's different. But
the designers are Gilbert and Nivelle from France. You know,
Meta.
there's a boat yard called Meta, M-E-T-A, Meta. It's a really, really famous boat yard for metal boats from like 40 years ago. And Gilbert and Nivelle were the designers for this boat yard. So back in the 80s, a company in Brazil called Dnieper that used to make machines. They were not a boat yard. They were just making, you know, like when you go to work and you have like your card and you go and you punch in the card, like. So they make these machines. And I don't know why back in the 80s they decided to build a few boats with the spare times of their employees. So they had a really good building technology, like really good welders, and like they had like a lot of good labor on their company. So a lot of people, when they do that, they just want to design themselves the boat, and that doesn't make sense because they have no expertise to design the boat. So they went to France and bought this really well designed boat from people that know what they're doing, and they started making these boats here. So the name of the design is Tropic 1200.
But the Gilbert Nivelle.
So it's a Gilbert Nivelle 2000, yeah, 1200. Yeah, so it's, you know, have you read the book called Rapunzel?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Rapunzel is the same boat from the same boat yard, but no lifting center board. So Rapunzel is like Rapunzel is a catch, and there is a fixed keel. Our boat's a lifting center board and one mess, and it's a center board
all around. So that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a lifting keel. It's a lifting center board. There's no ballast on the center board. It's really light. I mean, light.
No, it's not that
Duca
light.
and Ro, I would just like once again to thank you so much for taking this time to be with us.
Yes.
And thanks to your community as well. Since yesterday when you announced you will be live with us, we had like maybe 600 followers, new subscribers to our channel. And
our subscribers are just amazing. They're really cool. Thank you guys. All the subscribers. You guys are awesome. Yeah, we say that Monday is the happy day for us. It's the day we have the more interaction. It's the day that we see our baby, our new video going out, and people actually enjoying that. That's all thanks to the subscribers, because without someone watching, we wouldn't be doing, because it's not as fun to work for hours on a video and no one watch the video. So it's so cool when someone actually enjoy what you're working on.
So we are happy they found you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. Yes.
Now, you guys know that you are a huge inspiration for us. Anytime we think we're working too hard and we cannot see the light on the end of the tunnel, we see you guys in French Polynesia, be like, one day we might get there.
You will.
And seriously, your video arriving in French Polynesia, that was the best video ever. Give me like butterflies, just like,
That was really emotional.
I imagine, because it's hard to say, but arriving in French Polynesia for any sailors must be like the best time ever. Like, it's something that only you know. We don't know how to
But you
We
soon
don't know
get-
It's hard to describe, and I think it's gonna be a hard one to beat. Maybe the
yeah.
only thing I can think about would maybe finish the circumnavigation, but
Yeah.
arrive here was
Yes.
really something.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
very, very
And thanks so much for inviting us for the
invitation, yeah.
thanks so much for inviting us to chat. That was really nice of you. We really
Yes.
enjoyed. It's
I
much
was
better to talk to someone. I'm sorry.
sorry, I was going just to say the same. You also inspire us, guys, and I think so many people. And as Diego said you inspire us like to make our boat better. But sometimes we don't like you because we just cannot do that good. But anyway, to see all
Help
the
you.
all the love and effort you put in your work, it's really nice. We feel really glad to be able to watch your videos, to follow your journey, and to talk to you today. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks so much to our amazing Unforgettable Sailing community. It's always nice to see you here. Welcome aboard, Oddlife Crafters. They're very nice to have you here on board Unforgettable. And our patrons and apoiadores, they make life much, much easier living on the boat. It's really important. We feel really, really glad
Yeah.
for their support.
And
And for any of
question we couldn't answer here, we'll be just on the comments replying everyone, trying to reply most of the questions here. We could stay
try
here
out.
with them for hours and hours,
Yes.
but life goes
but
on.
we are on Twitch. Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
you planning on doing subtitles for this video? 1
Ooh,
hour
that's hard.
subtitles?
But well, I remember you telling me you tried to subtitle your live stream last time and it was
Didn't work.
just impossible. So I even consider it because we know it would be like
Yeah.
We
many,
could do a Portuguese one day.
Yeah. And for any of our subscribers that are watching the videos, whenever you get sick of us just fixing the boat and you want to see someone sailing, just watch these guys.
Yeah.
They are awesome. Yeah, it's true. We do watch. People think that we only make videos. We watch a lot of videos. We
Yes,
watch you
it's
guys all the time.
This is
It's
part of
true. It's true.
And I hope we can sail together someday. I'm sure we will.
We will.
And
If
just
it
to
wasn't
make-
because of COVID-19, we would be there in like a few months.
Yes,
Yeah.
this would be so cool.
But still, man, always invited. You'll be very, very welcome here. So if you get fed up with sanding and painting, just grab on a plane as soon as possible, and we'll be.
They
great.
allowed us.
Yeah, whenever they allow us, we'll go.
Yes. Thank you so much for everybody that watched it, guys. Bye bye.
See you guys next
Bye.
Monday. See you guys next Monday.
See you Tuesday.
Uh,
Thursday.
See ya.
30 segundos antes de encerrar? Ou vai
É.
de qualquer jeito?
I think I can end here. Yes.